Hello, it's Brick Bros UK, and at last LEGO have released the official images and information for the upcoming UCS Death Star set 75159. And if, like us, you've already seen the images, it's quite shocking how similar, or even the same it is, to the recently retired old Death Star set. And that old Death Star released 8 years ago, so it's a bit disappointing we didn't see a more bigger, improved version of the iconic space station. And it structurally looks the same and consists of 4,016 pieces, which is only 20 more pieces than the old one, and even with all the new parts and pieces that LEGO have introduced over the years, it's odd it doesn't consist of more, especially when you see the price. And there's no easy way of saying this, but it's a whopping £399.99, $499 and 599 Canadian dollars and 99 cents, and 499 euros and 99 cents. And in our opinion, we don't think it's right that LEGO have put the price up by £100 when it's structurally the same Death Star build as the previous version, and we think if you have the old set, you might as well save some money and not bother getting this set, because the only difference is some of the minifigures, which we will show off later. But in fairness, if you can afford it and missed out on the old set, it might be worth getting for your collection, but it's very pricey, and it will be available at the LEGO shop online and in store on the 15th of September for VIPs and the 30th of September for everyone else, which is Force Friday. Now if we take a look at it structurally, it's got the same 4-tier construction with all the rooms and areas which are pretty much the same as the old version, but with slight upgrades. And you get a similar TIE Advanced that fits in the hangar, and it still has the same green super laser firing out of it, and we think it might have been cool and different if you had a play feature where you could turn a wheel and have the laser out or retract in to suit your play and display needs, but sadly these are static, but you could unclip the green bits. And if we actually take a look at the old Death Star, you can see how similar it is to this new set with the TIE Advanced, tier structure and super laser, and it's a bit like playing Spot the Difference. Moving on though, we can get a closer look at the rooms and areas inside. So at the top is the super laser control room, where Leia goes to see Alderaan get destroyed, and it's got control panels and an image of a tile on Alderaan in the background, which is cool to see. And next to this is the Imperial conference chamber, where the officers and generals can hang out on the chairs. And the other sections on top include a cool droid maintenance room and these 2 movable turbo laser towers, and it looks like you can turn the cogs to lower and raise the barrels, which is a nice feature. And below the super laser control room is the super laser firing area, which sits behind the lasers outside, and you can clip in Death Star gunners to man it. And next to this is the famous detention block with black interior, and this is where you can take Chewie and then rescue the princess further inside in her cell. And in the cell there's this interrogator droid, and it's a cool movie extra to get. And on the other side there's a cool hangar bay where you can recreate the Obi-Wan vs Vader duel scene. There's also a moving launch rack, and you can land in the TIE Advanced to store it here. And the TIE Advanced has been upgraded from the old one and can fit Vader inside, which is a bonus for play, and we love it. And the last room on this floor is Emperor Palpatine's throne room, and you've got the stairs, his throne, lots of extra decoration, and space for Luke and Vader to duel, and this room is very nice. And on the next floor we have the famous trash compactor with crushing walls, trash, and the Dianoga trash compactor monster. And further around we have the turbo laser, another defensive weapon for the Death Star, with spring-loaded missiles and seats for 2 Death Star gunners. There's also the Luke and Leia iconic rope swing, storage and supplies area, and the tractor beam, which Obi-Wan can turn off. And at the bottom there's a small droid work area and storage crates. And that completes all the Death Star's areas and rooms, and we like the look of many of them, but as some of you will know, most are fairly similar or the same as the old set's interior, and it's a shame we didn't see a bit more. Now one positive about this set is you get 25 minifigures, which is more than the previous 24, but in the old set, small brick-built droids counted as minifigures, so you actually get a lot more, which is good. And they include the latest R2-D2 and C-3PO, the black Death Star droid with that new headpiece, and this new blue Imperial astromech droid, which is a cool new droid to see. There's also the latest Chewie with good printing and his stud-shooting bowcaster, and both Han Solo minifigures have this new reddish-brown wavy hairpiece, and it's really nice to see on the minifigure and suits him, and we hope it pops up in future sets too. And the other good side minifigures include long-haired Luke in white robes, Leia in new white outfit, and it's great to get Obi-Wan too with bearded head. You also get the final duel Luke, new Vader, and Emperor Palpatine, who are the same minifigures as the ones in the final duel set, and it's a shame they weren't updated or exclusive. And the troopers include 2 Stormtroopers, 2 Death Star Gunners, which weren't in the old set, 2 Death Star Troopers with cool helmets, and we got one in this year's Star Wars calendar, and you get 2 Emperor's Royal Guards. And the last 3 minifigures are the Imperial Navy Officer, Imperial Officer, and Grand Moff Tarkin, who's got the same hairpiece and head as the Rebels version, but of course he wears his grey uniform in this set. And if we take a look at the old minifigures, you can see how they've changed and been upgraded. And this time you don't get the black astromech droid or the white assassin one, but it was odd they put that in before. And you can also see how the Death Star droid's head changed from a black C-3PO one to the new one, and we like that change, and overall we like the new minifigures for the Death Star. On a final note, there's a lot to digest and absorb from this new Death Star, and we personally just think it's the same build with new and upgraded minifigures, so we're disappointed with the price hike, but if you want a Death Star, at least it will be available for many more years to come. But that's our opinion, so please leave a comment below telling us what you think of the new Death Star, and we will happily comment back. Hope you enjoyed a Brick Bros UK LEGO news update. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Brick Bros UK.